Well. Look what we have here. Everybody, as you're coming in, welcome into the 15th episode of the VAR Check Podcast. An episode that has potential for very emotional, judgmental, whatever sort of controversial things that are going to come our way. This episode marks a special moment in the season for all Madridistas, things that are going to be talked about. But without further ado, I want to welcome all of you guys. I want to welcome Michel, Amir, Ricky. It's going to be a good time. I think this could be one of my favorite episodes yet. And I hope we have a good time discussing all the things that are getting. I want to hear what you have to say first.
Honestly, like right as the final whistle blew for yesterday's Clásico, I was on top of the world. Yes, we won the trophy, but at what cost? We lost our best player. All right, Xabi Alonso. Nah, I'm kidding. No, okay, but did y'all see the part where Mbappé didn't do the guard of honor for Barcelona? It just got released. Why? He was saving it for Xabi Alonso. I'm done.
You're bearing this man more than 7 feet under.
He's having too much fun with it.
Amir, you're next.
What a day. What a glorious day.
What a glorious day. Okay.
I just want to reiterate that Joan Garcia had more passes than Bellingham, and he plays goalie for Barça. For God's sake.
Oh, man.
Just FYI. And Pedri had 4 times, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 times the amount of passes this man had.
Is that for real? I really want to fact check you. I believe you. I believe you because I actually
20 passes. Joan Garcia had 24. Pedri had 80. De Jong had 84. Eric had 78.
Wow. Well, funny enough, that's a man that I want to talk about at some point during the podcast. But we'll get back to him. Amir, I think it's my favorite headline I've heard in all the 15 episodes. And Ricky's had some pretty good ones. My man, Michel. What a sad day. The ironic thing is this morning, Michel sent me a text, the SpongeBob meme where he's sitting in the diner just tripping. And that was well before Madridistas were about to trip even more. Who knew? You felt it. You felt something coming today. What you got for me?
Well, I want to start off by, saying we didn't give the people what they wanted. The people come here for. We are here for football's biggest debates go. Let's not forget that.
Hey, we got caught off sides on that one.
Yeah.
You're right.
Listen,
my mind is just...
I want to, because I'm pretty sure that the majority of this podcast is going to be talking about Xabi Alonso and Arbeloa coming in. So I want to start off by saying, congrats to Barça. As much as I hate you guys and I hate Raphinha, and I think he looks like the snake from Monsters Inc. Lamine, yes, and we'll talk about this. And I said it in our group chat, and apparently no one seems to agree, but Lamine did absolutely nothing. In my opinion,
that up.
And we'll talk about it. He had one good through ball pass to Raphinha that he missed. I want to congratulate you guys. You guys obviously got it done. I will say, for the talk about, Barca's going to toy with them, they're going to win 5-0 like they did. I'm happy that Madrid put up a fight. But congratulations to them. Unlike Barca, we show some class.
No, you didn't.
I congratulate you.
Yeah, the guard of honor.
Yeah.
Yep. Yo, I'm not the one playing. If I was playing, I would have done it.
I know.
But congratulations to them, and again, it's going to be a good year. At the end of the day, the league is still to play for. It's only 4 points. A lot can happen. Injuries happen all the time. Players go on pilgrimages to Israel to find themselves. So you never know what other player is going to go. Probably Xabi Alonso is going on that same flight.
Yeah.
So
He's
hey,
out right
all
now.
I'm saying is Rashford won a trophy before Mbappé in Spain.
Yeah, Rashford also can't finish one-on-ones. He's going straight back to Man United after that miss.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be pretty heavy Madrid episode, so I want to at least give them the shout. Congratulations to them, and I enjoyed the game. It wasn't a game.
It was a good game
that I thought, it wasn't like a blowout in either way. I think both teams showed yet again that we cannot defend. 4 goals in one half doesn't happen if you aren't poor defensively, and we don't have the incredible attack. Mbappé didn't start the first half, so I think it's left a lot to talk about. But at the end of the day, they got the job done. And I think you said it in your guys' video, but it came down to a deflection goal at the very end. And you could say what it is. It's lucky. It's this. It's that. But you create your own luck, and that doesn't happen if you don't shoot the fucking ball. So good on Raphinha. He had a great game. He clutched up for you guys, and we got a lot to talk about, but on to the next. Keep it moving.
Yeah, we're gonna start with talking about the game. Let's just go in chronological order, so then we can finish it off with the breaking news of the day. Before fully jumping into the game, I just want to once again shout all of you guys that are currently watching. Currently, we have 20 plus people in joining us live, which is really, really great numbers for us. So I really
we're growing. We are growing,
and we want to keep growing. And we're gonna do this without Alonso. I want you guys to, if you could please smash that like button for this episode. It's gonna be a good one, and also throw your comments down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump to the actual game. Real Madrid 2, Barcelona 3. A game that was, according to Xabi Alonso, very, very even, but I hated it. Amir, how did you see Real Madrid in that game?
Okay, I will say, so one thing, this was the second, so whatever Xabi Alonso and this team did, this was like the second El Clásico I watched in a long time that I was like angry and watching it. The first one was the one we lost 2-1, but like I was like excited, like angry, like not in a negative connotation, but just like excited to watch it, like almost like the times of Sergio Ramos and Pepe, which y'all have little ones of them, but different story. And
what was making you so mad? I don't get it.
Well, Asensio and people like
because he fouled one player.
Yeah.
But
that's a Clásico. That's what we should want.
I wasn't complaining, but like I'm saying, I'm glad that like there was that tension like between both teams. But I think Madrid, the biggest issue they had yesterday was the fact that they could barely like hold the ball. Like they had such a difficult time maintaining possession. And Barca, that's what we're best at, is holding possession. We're not the greatest goal scorers on planet Earth, but we can hold the ball forever and achieve nothing. Yesterday it worked out, thankfully. But Madrid, I think the substitution is what really kind of like messed with y'all's team. Specifically Valverde. Like once that happened, I texted in the group message. I thought subbing him out was a mistake, but
so that's something that Ricky and I touched heavily in the video that we uploaded, which, by the way, guys, if y'all haven't seen our Clásico reactions, they're in the channel. You can check them out. The Valverde substitution, I didn't understand it whatsoever.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Since the video in the game, it's come to light that Valverde actually asked for the substitution. I didn't see it anywhere in the game. And then last I heard, Xabi Alonso said that Vini also asked for the substitution in his post-game conference or whatever. So it looks like Valverde had some sort of injury, which I guess at that point, yeah, you got to sub him out. And I'm hoping he recognized that the team was playing way too defensive, and so that's why he still just put in out of that goalie for a defender. So I hope that's true. At this point, It doesn't matter. I feel like we were gonna sit here and talk about did Xabi Alonso have the rights? It doesn't matter at this point. I feel like.
And also,
whether you got it
to be
right or you
honest,
got it wrong.
those substitutions did not lose us the game. Like it
No.
didn't help, but it did not lose us the game. So like,
I will
let's,
say,
I
none of
think
his
we can
subs
all
did
agree.
anything.
Real Madrid only played good at like the last 5 minutes of each half. The rest of the game, I'm sorry, they didn't do anything. They didn't.
I
do
agree.
Anything. They couldn't
I
press.
agree.
They couldn't connect the pass. They couldn't build out of the back. It was just the last 5 minutes. I don't think the subs ended up making that much of a difference.
I also
just wanna
thought
throw a quick shout out to Hot Dog Vini for that $199 support. Been watching and supporting since 2021. Time flies. Holy shit,
That's
time
crazy.
does fly. We started this channel around 2020. So
You're an OG. You're an OG for sure.
Anyway, sorry, Mir, continue.
Oh, I was just gonna say I thought Vinny was playing great yesterday. Like he
had his best game that we've seen
I'm glad
in
he
a
was
while.
playing so well. Like that first goal, I was like, no way they're gonna score. And I look and I was like, God damn it! Like he made it go out of nothing. Like it was just like, God, dude, that's
Well,
crazy.
no, literally in the reaction, I'm literally as the play is happening, I'm like, Madrid they want to attack, but they literally cannot attack because they don't know what they're doing.
They were
yet.
like they're incapable of it.
And Vinny literally fucking goes and does it. And I was like, all right, fuck my life. But I was just happy about it. But Jesus Christ, Vinny pulled that one out of nowhere, which good for him. I hope he grows from this point on. But anyways, I don't know. So let's just keep talking about Barça a little bit before we go a little more on Madrid. Obviously, Raphinha, man of the match. I don't know if anyone disagrees with that one, but Ricky, do you feel like what other players would you highlight? What other field players?
I think this is a perfect transition. Michel, you sent us a message yesterday, and you said after the game, entertaining game. ... Carreras definitely should have tied it up in the end.
Which he should have.
Lamine had another trash game in El Clásico and was non-existent.
I agree. I still think that.
Okay, then who besides Raphinha had a good game from Real Madrid?
From Real Madrid?
Oh,
From Barça?
From Barça or from Real
or
Madrid?
Say, let's go Real Madrid.
Who had a good game?
Mm-hmm.
Vini.
Okay, I agree. If we look at the player ratings, Lamine Yamal and Vinícius had the same ratings. Lamine Yamal, the whole game was constantly giving key passes to Raphinha. Yes, Raphinha hit it wide. Definitely should have scored it. But if he scores like he does, there we go. An assist for Lamine. Lamine also had a very good shot on target, a reaction shot. Courtois saved it. That easily could have been a goal and an assist for him. And let's not even mention the amount of times he had Carreras spinning like a ballerina.
Let's also not talk about all the times that he was getting stopped.
To not ghost. If we're actually watching the game and not just looking at the statistics.
I'm not even looking at the statistics. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Lamine Yamal is not on that team to make key passes, right? He's not.
Why not? Why not? He was their top assister last season.
But that's not the narrative, and that's not the reason you guys have him. This wonder boy who's supposed to be the Balón de Oro. He's not there to make key passes and make a few dribbles, get past one, and then get the ball taken by the second defender. Yes, he gets double teamed. The best players in the world get double teamed. Vini gets triple teamed. And we talk about how Vini does a lot of dancing, does a lot of movement, makes a couple passes, has a couple assists. And even when Madrid has played bad, Vini gets the assist. We say, well, Vini was non-existent. Yeah, he had a couple moments, but he was non-existent. We say the same thing. You got to keep the same level of judging the players as we do.
But you're not telling me why Lamine had a bad game. You're telling me why Vini's had bad games in the past.
I'm telling he made that one through ball to Raphinha that he missed. Sure, you can't control Raphinha missing it. Okay, sure, you can say, yeah, he had Carrera spinning in circles. I really don't think that's true. If we watch the same game, he had a couple moments, but let's just say that the majority of the time he got past him. What did he do with it?
I mean, he put in crosses.
What did he do?
He,
But like,
kept playing the ball, moved the ball.
So I think ultimately,
to build up the play and to move forward. Something not a single Real Madrid player did.
I mean, I also saw him getting the ball taken from him many times and him going down incredibly easily.
Same with any
I think
player.
the thing
We're
here
not
is
gonna judge a player for losing the possession.
Right, but okay,
dribble.
had Vinícius not scored that goal, what else could you say about Vini's game? Yeah, he got past a few defenders. It's the same thing. What good does it do if you get past one, two
Exactly. It's the
defenders
same
and
thing.
then nothing happens? We'd be talking about how Vini yet again does his showboating, gets through players, and then gets nothing and nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, it's different. It's different because the Vini we saw today, every single time took a long touch down the line, and Koundé could not handle him. We have not seen that version of Vini.
So does that say more about Vini or more about
whole past
Koundé?
6 months? I'm recognizing that Vini had a good game, not because of his goal, but because of his performance, his ability to take players down the line and to create attacking opportunities, which is the same thing Lamine Yamal did. Took carreras down the line and would send crosses. There was one time he took Vini down the line, put in a cross. Nobody got to the other end, or he might have ended up shooting. I don't even remember. But again, not to be the dead horse, but the pass to Raphinha and the shot against Courtois. Those are the most memorable chances. But you cannot deny the fact that time and time again, our attacks were initiating from Lamine's side. Also Raphinha's. But you can't tell me Lamine ghosted. Lamine did not ghost.
I mean, I'm not looking at the statistics. I'm not looking at how many duels he won. I'm not talking about how many completed passes he had. I'm just talking about eye test. Yes, he's a great player. He's going to do good things. Yes, he got past Carreras a few times, but he also got the ball taken from him, I feel like, the majority of the time. And he did okay. I'm not going to say, sure, he didn't ghost. It's not like he wasn't there. But from what we have all spoken about Lamine being a top player, how Barça considers him the next star of Barcelona, it's continuing to show me this year, and especially in these two Clásicos, he's not the person that's going to put the team on his shoulders and go. Effectively, him and Raphinha play the same position. They both play out wide, yet Raphinha is the one who gets the job done. Yes, Lamine puts in the pass.
I agree with that. I'm saying Raphinha over Lamine.
I'm just saying I was disappointed in Lamine's performances. Lamine's mouth, and again, granted, we've talked about this many times. He's young. He's going to learn, which we've all had these situations. Lamine's mouth is not backing up his play this season. Maybe last season, but we're not talking about last season, right? Lamine is not showing up to the level that you guys expect him to be. That's all I'm saying. Yes, he's a great player and he's going to do great things, but at the end of the day, he's not on Barça to rack up nice crosses that hopefully they get finished. He's on Barça to score the damn ball and be the reason they win the game, when yesterday he was not. That's all I'm trying to say.
Ultimately, Lamine Yamal put himself in a pedestal. Him, the media, everyone has put Lamine Yamal on this pedestal as the next Balón de Oro. He himself could not believe that he was not the Balón de Oro last year. And so when you act like that, you're gonna put yourself in it with a special microscope every single time you play. Lamine Yamal had, in my opinion, a very good game. He was just like you, Ricky, you already said. He took players on. He had good moments, good passes, good through balls, good dribbles, etc. He is a good player. But to agree with I think what Mitchell's trying to get at is, yeah, I mean, Lamine Yamal is just not performing at the level of a Balón de Oro, and that's ultimately what we're seeing this season.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have the potential? I still think he does. I'm not going to kick him off the. I think Lamine Yamal is cooked. Everyone overhyped him. No, I think Lamine Yamal still has that hype, but this season is not the season that, like, when.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I hate the Balón de Oro now because I feel like it's just a shit trophy. It's a personal trophy to win, but whatever. Somehow it's the measure for who the best player is, and that's just the way it is. If at the end of the season Lamine Yamal has not, had a breakout game in a top Champions League semifinal, final, whatever, one of those big games where it really matters, then I sure hope we're not talking about Lamine Yamal being Balón de Oro, because I think all Mitchell is trying to say is he did not have that standout performance in a final like you would expect from a future.
I've never said that he was nothing. I think he's an exceptional player. I've always said he has that moment of magic. He had, for his age, he's miles and miles above a lot of these men who have been playing at the top flight for years. I'm just saying, as of late, there's been this bandwagon feeling from the world, not just Barça fans, that Lamine Yamal is the truth, that he is the guy, he is the savior. Like he's playing well. Yeah, he's a good player. He plays for Barcelona. I think he's your highest paid player, right? Am I wrong? Or if
I think
not, top three, let's say. He's
I don't think
of
he
course
is.
he's whatever. You know what I'm talking about. He's
no,
he
like
got a
top
huge
player. I don't know
contract.
how much he get paid, but yeah, he gets paid.
He's got a huge contract, right? And he's a Barca
Yeah.
player. He should be a good player, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just
Yeah.
saying when the lights are the brightest, as of late, he hasn't shown up the way even you guys expect him to. That's all I'm trying to say. And
Regardless.
I mean, people are saying, I'm looking at the chat, people are talking about how we're talking about how Lamine had an 8 out of 10. What did Jude do? We're not talking about Jude right now. I'm just saying
but
Jude had a horrible game too.
Let's talk about Jude. Yeah, because that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. We know Jude is playing like shit. Honestly, Jude needs to be benched. I don't even enjoy seeing him play anymore. Jude is living from the first 6 months that he played at Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he has the media, he has good press conference around him because he's English and because he has another brother that is also very talented. But Joe Bellingham also, in my opinion, at Dortmund isn't doing anything. So right now, the Bellinghams are leaving purely off of Jude's first 6 months at Real Madrid, the hype. Because when I watch Jude Bellingham play, I swear to God, I don't know what the hype is around him anymore. Because he is miles away from the player that we saw a while back. So I mean, I think I'm not going to talk for all Madridistas, but I think here in this podcast, I like to look at things objectively, not as much emotionally. I like to speak from what I see and not just because I'm a Madrid fan and I'm not a Barça fan. I say things as I see them. So I think Bellingham is shit right now. Does he have the potential to be much, much better? 100%. And I hope he finds it. But I think a lot of it is also potentially linked with Xabi Alonso and whatever. We can talk a little more about that later. But anyways, I digress with Jude. I think he's playing like shit, and I think he's a good player that needs to be playing much better.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I think Jude is. I mean, you can say he's not fit, but at some point you can't use that excuse anymore, right? Like you have to have rhythm. You got to, like Raphinha did, you got to make your own luck. I do think Jude is not, when he was scoring in those first 6 months of Madrid, he's not playing as attacking of a role. And I think that's what people see is like crashing the box. He's not doing that this season. He wasn't asked to do that with Xabi Alonso. Now, does that mean that maybe he changes it up? I don't know. Jude has the raw ability. He has the natural talent because he can get away. He rarely loses the ball, I would say. But I think he's riding the inertia of his performances in the past and with Ancelotti's Madrid. But, like you said, I think Madrid players as a whole need to really take a long look in the mirror and say, what is going on with me personally? What is going on with me as a player? Like, yes, we can complain that there's a million injuries. And yes, that is the problem. But if we're looking at the umbrella and the grand scheme of things, then Madrid needs to stop being so damn stubborn and go fucking get players in the winter. They just don't want to do that. And they never do that. Very rarely do they do that. Every other team does it. Why can't we? It's like, that your entire back line is beat up. And that's evident when Arbeloa, who has not played in months, comes and plays in a final. Like, that's ridiculous. And like, you can't blame on Xabi Alonso so much. And maybe this is where we start transitioning. But
to be fair, I don't know what Xabi Alonso was doing subbing in Arbeloa. There was no need.
Who else does he have? I mean, I heard you said you put Carreras.
What did he do against Atletico when he needed defenders? Yes, he moved Carreras to center back and he brought in Fran Garcia. How are you going to bring in Arbeloa?
But how much shit do we talk about Fran Garcia? We always talk about how Fran Garcia doesn't do shit.
We can joke around about Fran Garcia not being the best left back in the world, but obviously, right? But to bring in Arbeloa is just purely. I don't even know how to qualify it. I mean, when I saw Xabi Alonso was bringing in Arbeloa, it's like he wanted to lose his job.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we're only seeing the result of what happens on the screen, right? We are not there every day. We're not there in training. We're not there the morning of when they do their activation things. Like, we don't know if Fran Garcia was dealing with stuff, Obviously, we can't rely on Mendy. We can't. Rudiger got pulled out because he's hurt, right? You're not going to put him in. So, sometimes your hands are tied and you just got to do what you got to do. The emotions of being in, in that moment. But, like, it's not like Xabi Alonso does not know what he's doing.
No,
Like, let's not sit there. He knows what he's doing. He knows, the game. It just depends on what it is that you need. Maybe he wants Carreras on the left side attacking more than he wants Fran Garcia. Because, yes, Fran Garcia is fast, but if you watch him, he loses the ball a lot. His crosses aren't great. He gets the ball, he passes it right back. He's always the conservative player. I think Fran Garcia is a great player if you need to ice the game, put him out there, he's going to make the right play. They needed to score. If I'm not putting Fran Garcia in because we need to score. So maybe that was his reasoning. I don't know, right?
I mean, I
right?
think
At this point, it doesn't really matter.
Fran Garcia might have put that ball away, and Carreras didn't. No, I'm fucking with you. No,
I mean, honestly, I don't even think so. I really don't think so. I mean, yeah, and that happens, right? Look, Fernando Torres missed a wide open sitter once he rounded the goalie. Like, it happens, right? Like, it happens. People miss penalties in the World Cup final. It happens when you should put those away. But I think the problem itself is bigger than just the problem is Xabi Alonso, and Arbeloa is going to come right into the same exact problems. How do you got three players that all want to play on the left. You don't have a real striker. You really don't have anybody that wants to play on the right except for Mastantuano, and he's 19 years old. Are you really putting all your cards or on him? I don't think so. So he's going to have the same problems. Also, getting these players to run and work hard. There was a video of Raphinha, I think that it came out today, where he's at the top. And I think players also know that they're on camera all the time, so think they hype it up. But you can see it in his eyes, bro. He's hungry. As soon as the ball is touched when they're doing the kickoff from the goal, he wants the damn ball. I don't even care if I'm going to get to it. He's hungry. You see the killer instinct in his eyes that we just don't have. You're telling me Arbeloa all of a sudden is going to sit Mbappé down and Mbappé is going to be like, you're so right.
We've talked about this over and over. The problem is the club. Okay, so in my opinion, I mean, Real Madrid got one thing right today, that a change was needed, right? Unfortunately, the wrong person was changed, right?
You can't fire 22 players.
We talked about it, right? You can't fire 22 players. We've talked about multiple times, and we're not going to go over that Xabi Alonso should have stayed till the end of the season. I mean, if you look purely at his statistics, he coached 34 games this season. He was there for 7 months, and he won 24 of those games, losing 6 of them. That's about a 70% win rate. He was second in La Liga, currently 4 points behind Barça, and he's in the top 8 of the Champions League. Statistically, it makes absolutely no sense.
It's the eye test.
Right.
And the games that you did lose, it was really the worst possible scenario. But again, how much of that can you blame on him? Because again, when Arbeloa comes in and the same problems happen, what's the excuse then, right?
Right. I mean, no, and the thing is, these things are going to happen because Xabi Alonso literally said it. And this is, I forget I don't have the source written down right now, but anyways, I wrote this down. That he apparently told Florentino Perez today. He said, you can't give the players this much power. It's impossible for a coach to rule in the dressing room if the club is always taking the player side. And it's exactly what we saw look these past few months.
We saw it in the Clásico. I'd like to think Xabi Alonso put Vinícius on the right-hand side because that's where they kicked off from, right? The whole game we saw Vinícius and Rodrigo occupying this 25-meter box. Yeah. Nobody else was on the other side. How do you expect the team to hold the ball up? How do you expect them to have width?
Yeah.
How do you expect them to press when Barcelona has all this space available to bring the ball forward, to do whatever they want,
rotate around,
to do whatever they want? And I agree. It's the players thinking they have more power than the coach. And the moment the players believe it, it's done. It's done. The coach just has no control. And
I mean, I
play the system
agree
that he wants to play because the players will not listen.
But it's the same problem with Ancelotti too. As much as they loved him, right? As much as they loved Ancelotti, they still. I know, but I'm saying
the problem.
The narrative of the players don't like Xabi, they don't respect Xabi, they don't follow him. but they followed Ancelotti, right? Vini loved Ancelotti, yet he still didn't run for him. So it's
Yeah,
like
but
the problems still are gonna be passed down. So what is the problem?
I
the
think
problem
it,
is the players.
I
The
think it
players.
comes down to individuality of each player. Like everyone is playing what we've said so many times. There's not a lot of Spanish homegrown players. It's a lot of players that came from different mentalities and players with huge egos, which are, I mean, they're great players, but at the end of the day, if your ego is bigger than your entire team, you're never going to win as a team. You're going to win as a player, which is what Mbappé is doing for you guys, scoring so many goals. But the team is struggling because the mentality is not there to play together. It's just separated.
Similar to what we said with Lamine Yamal, coming from a season where he thinks he deserved the Ballon d'Oro. Vini has the same season, the previous one, right? He believed he deserved the Ballon d'Oro. The difference is Lamine Yamal is okay with the team thriving as a whole with him at the expense, and Vinícius is not. If Mbappé is doing good, Vinícius he needs to one-up him. Lamine Yamal is cool with playing that diagonal and putting Raphinha. That's the difference. That's the difference between playing for the club, playing for the badge, versus playing for the name in the back of the shirt. And I think Real Madrid is a team with 11 players playing for the name on the back of their jersey, not playing for the club.
I wouldn't say 11. I think a lot of these players are playing for the badge. They're just not in the position to be successful. Like we talk about, like, look, Pedri is your creator. Everything he's the engine. Everything's going through him. When he's at his best, he's divvying out the ball. He's everywhere. It really seems like he's everywhere. Madrid don't have that. They really have two CDMs because Camavinga he's a good player, of course, but he's not your playmaker. Tchouaméni really is not a playmaker. He's strong, he's effective, he's there to make tackles. So you got two center mids that don't create. And then you got Jude, who's supposedly a creator, but he doesn't get look at how many times Vitinha touches the ball every single game. I think Jude probably does half of that.
When we started the season, we can all agree Real Madrid came into the season with a Galactico level team. The average price tag for each one of their players is the highest of any club in Europe, in the whole football. So when you tell me the Madrid players are not in a position to be successful, I think that's bullshit. They have the biggest names of all of Europe. They just don't know how to play with each other. They have every opportunity to be the best team in the fucking world. Excuse my language. But they refuse to give up their ego and listen to one and let one person lead. You can't have X amount of leaders. You need one leader, one combined ideology, and they refuse. They refuse to have that.
And that's what Xabi Alonso tried to do. He tried to create a culture where he was the main leader and players would have to get behind him and listen to him. He honestly reminds me a lot of how Mourinho was. Mourinho was my way or the highway. Xabi Alonso tried to come in and say it's my way or the highway, except he found himself in a locker room that, once again, we've talked about so many times, is completely toxic because, Vini does his own thing, Mbappé does his own thing, Jude Bellingham does his own thing. I mean, those are obvious. Those are the main ones that come to my mind. Rodrigo does his own thing. Everyone does his own thing. Exactly. And what's the only solution? Players need to leave. It's history is literally repeating itself from when Real Madrid had the other Galactico team, right? With Zidane's, with the Beckhams, with the Ronaldo Nazarios, Raul's, everyone, right? The team was on paper supposed to be one of the best teams. They had all the names, etc., but failed. We literally are seeing just history repeat itself, and today is just the day where it all just blows up. Today we are currently living the blow up day.
We know that.
I've seen a lot of memes, or not memes, but I've seen a lot of things that say, if you compare Xabi Hernandez in the Barcelona he got with the financial, Barcelona financial ruins, Luke de Jong as a striker, Memphis Depay, and then compare it to what Xabi Alonso had, where it's like Mbappé, Vinícius, blah blah blah, and everyone always says like Xabi Hernandez did more with the problems he had, but I disagree. The problems Xabi Alonso had are a lot bigger, a lot harder to control. On paper, yeah, like who doesn't want the best players? But controlling that problem is a lot harder. Well,
yeah, of course. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, yes, like you were saying, Madrid is built for success because they have the most expensive player, position for position, so on and so forth. That as we all know, and as we saw already, that doesn't always translate to being able to play together, whether or not you want to or not. Look at what happened when Messi went to PSG, right? That didn't work out. So many times teams try to make the super team and it doesn't work, right? Because the chemistry is not there. And yes, we all know what the problem is, right? Xabi Alonso made some mistakes along the way, but we know he's not the reason. The problem is the players on the field. At the end of the day, you can yell at Vinícius 20 times per match to sprint, to run. If he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it, right? And he feels a certain way. And now we go back to the Clásico when he threw the tantrum, and I'm going to tie the string to Hansi Flick in a second. Now I look back and say, was it a mistake to not bench him for the next one or two games, considering, because right then and there, that was Xabi Alonso's moment to say, I run this.
He didn't have any support, dude. That's the problem.
But we're not.
Literally did not support him. But
I understand. I'm saying we're not there, right? We only ever see what we get seen. We don't know what Florentino told him. Said under no circumstance, I don't care how upset you are, he's playing. Like, you don't know what he did, right? Because we also, on all the media was saying that week, well, Madrid backs Xabi Alonso. They say he's the one leading the ship. So like, we don't know what is actually happening behind closed doors. What I like about Hansi Flick, and like he said, it's like, if you're late to a team meeting, benched. I don't care who you are. And I think that is what Madrid needs to get back to, because Madrid is the best team in the world at making money. They know how to make money. They know how to flip it. It's not always about money. And yes, having the best players in the world can help you win a title. You got to have a team. And the reason why we won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, look at that midfield. They each complemented each other so perfectly. They didn't need something, but that's the problem. When you have such perfect players in positions and they leave, you got to find someone who can actually do that. And instead, we have young players who either get hurt or they don't play well together. Or like Amir was saying, how many Spaniards were in the starting lineup for Madrid last night? Gonzalo and Raúl Asensio and Dean Howson, I think, right? 3, and that's pretty much all. Carreras. And Gonzalo's only playing because Mbappé didn't start. Asensio's only playing because Militao and Rudiger aren't healthy.
When has Madrid ever had that many Spanish players? I don't see the argument about having.
My point, yeah, but you got to have your leader, bro. Ramos was always the pillar there, right? Raúl,
yeah,
who are your captains, bro?
It's not their fault that like no one is stepping up. Like no, period. In this team, no one is stepping up to be a leader. I mean,
I understand.
Carvajal right now is the closest to the leader, but Carvajal also spends half the time in the locker room,
trainer room.
The training room.
We all know what the issue is, right? And I think we look back and say, well, what more could he have done? And we all said he should have gotten the year. But then again, I think whether it's Arbeloa or whoever's after Arbeloa, if he doesn't succeed and they get a new one over the summer, we need to go to that Hansi Flick mentality of like, listen, I don't care. Like you said, bench Jude. Who is going to have the balls to bench Jude Bellingham right now?
No one.
$100 million player, and you're going to bench him because you're like, no, you're not playing up to par. He is the poster boy for like all good things Madrid. He says the right things. He's, the squeaky clean boy. Who's going to have the balls to bench him?
He's Florentino's little baby.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. Whoever they get needs to get that, or Madrid is cooked. Or, like we said, you figure out a way to make sure Vinícius is happy, you make him the star, or he's got to go. You put Mbappé on the left, and you bring in a striker.
Vini's never going to be happy.
So you think that's the start? Do you think? I agree, but I'm saying, are you saying officially here on the pod with everybody watching, the first step to making this is Vinícius has got to go this summer?
Got to go, bud. He's got to go. It's ultimately it has to happen.
So what about Rodrigo? What about Rodrigo then? Does he got to go too?
Honestly, why not?
Because who's going to play on the right?
I think the team they need to restructure. They need to restructure. And if we need to go through another year where we don't win shit, but at least we're restructuring the mentality of the team, that's what needs to happen. If I have Florentino Perez in this call right now, like, I mean, first of all, right, I'd want to hear what he has to say.
Let me call him. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, please,
nice.
please. If you have his phone number, send it over right now. I'd like to hear his thoughts. That's the thing. As a Madrid fan, I feel lied to. I feel hurt because all the information that we were getting of, Xabi Alonso needs to win the next 3 games and his job is secure. He actually went and won those next 3 games. oh, as long as they don't get like destroyed or something in the Supercopa, like he'll be fine. They didn't get destroyed. I mean, they didn't play good. They played like shit. I hated watching both of those games. I think I hated the Atletico game probably even more than the Barça game. But regardless, all the news that was coming out was that as long as Xabi did this, he'd be fine, and he was in that he would do it. And then now we're here, right? So I feel lied to from the club, and that's why I'm more hurt as a fan. And like I would like to just hear Florentino Perez come out and talk, right? He's the fucking president at the end of the day, right? Laporta goes and talks a lot.
Mhm.
When's the last time that Florentino Perez ever goes and talks and fucking gives us his 2 cents? I think this is the time, if he respects Madridistas, the actual fans, to come out and fucking talk, fucking explain it. Because I don't think there's a single Madrid fan here, or for a matter, really anyone in this sport that understands, right? Okay, we kind of understand why Alonso got sacked, but what's your plan? What's your plan? Right?
I think he has one.
No, he doesn't.
You have the Castilla coach, and there's very few people who can actually coach Madrid. And to answer your question on why, yeah, I agree, because it was always one thing after another. The headline changes. I think what didn't help Xabi Alonso yesterday is that he basically parked the bus for pretty much the entire game, 10 men behind the ball. When Xabi Alonso came and said, I want to play attacking, I want to play this style. The problem is he doesn't have the players he wants or that are available to him.
But
you know what I mean? So
I would think
I
I
agree.
think he has the players. Maybe not the players that he wants, but I mean he has the players, bro. We cannot sit here and say that Madrid doesn't have the fucking players. Madrid has.
Look, to agree with my brother, Frimpong was available in the market for 35 million. And instead, they went and got Mastantuono. If I had to guess who Xabi Alonso would have picked out of them two, when you already have Vinícius, when you already have Mbappé, when you already have Rodrigo, Bellingham, I promise you, he would have gone for Frimpong. But I think it's Florentino I want this player because I think he'll sell more jerseys.
So here's my question. At what point, I love Florentino because he's obviously brought so much greatness to the club. But at what point is it better for him to leave?
He won't leave. He won't leave. He won't leave because what he does best is what the people who keep him employed.
He's got too much power.
Well, he's got too much power.
He's not going to leave.
Well, he makes the club an insane amount of money, and that's the thing. And like that,
but that's
I understand. I understand. And you're correct.
A business, not a sports team anymore.
Well, it's always been a business, brother. It's always been a business.
Right. It's always a business. Yeah. Right? It's both. But the balance has been skewed way too heavy for just making money and not caring that much about the results. Because ultimately, Real Madrid is still making a shit ton of money, win or lose, whatever. And,
I agree.
And as long as Bellingham jerseys are being sold, as long as Mbappé jerseys are being sold, Vini, whatever, then they're doing fine. And that's why ultimately he protects his little babies, Vini, Bellingham, everyone. And Xabi Alonso is dispensable.
And with Spain's economy, I know for a lot of people, they're like, nope, let's make the money. Let's make the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's sad. We have been talking about Xabi Alonso for weeks, right? And I think that's the unfortunate situation. There's zero trust, I think, and there's a huge disconnect from the presidency through the board, through to the manager, through to the players, right? And I think I saw someone in the chat said that Madrid needs a crazy coach like Simeone. Maybe not his tactics, because I think Simeone is insanely defensive. But you need somebody that's gonna, like we said, who's gonna bench Bellingham and say, "I don't give a fuck who you are. You've sucked for the last."
Well, you do that and you get sacked. Like
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's the never-ending story, which is why we don't think Xabi Alonso should have been fired. Well, that's gonna be a lot harder than.
It's not gonna happen. But I'm just here telling you what needs to happen.
So let's transition this, right? We know about Xabi Alonso. Let's talk about Arbeloa. What do you think he's actually gonna do? Do you think he's actually gonna? Well, because apparently I've seen the things where, from what I've heard, he's very strict on his players from people on the inside, who have talked about how he coaches the Castilla team. He's very strict in the way that Xabi Alonso was, but he's a little bit more of a man manager in a way, and he's more open to playing the way Ancelotti was trying to play with these players. Again, I think that's a recipe for disaster. I think this is going to be a 6-month trial. He's going to finish out the season because that would look so bad for Real Madrid on paper if they fire two coaches in the same year.
No,
right?
I don't think they'll fire him again.
He's going to get through the end of the year.
The solution should have been you bring up Arbeloa as the assistant coach. Xabi Alonso remains taking the heat, and then there's that smooth transition.
Yeah, but I don't know if they can bring him up as the assistant coach and
they brought him up.
No, right, as the main coach, but you can't just take him from Castilla and be like, oh, now you're going to be Xabi Alonso's assistant coach because it just literally looks
it's
like
too obvious, right?
You're literally saying, hey, I'm trying to get rid of Xabi Alonso, so go be his assistant real quick. May as well just fire Xabi Alonso. But
Arbeloa's got a lot of pressure, but he doesn't really have, in my opinion, you could look at this either one of two ways, right? He's got all the pressure in the world or he's got none. Because he's going from coaching kids from the Castilla. You can have the pressure of like the last person who did that and worked a miracle with Zidane, but you can't bank on miracles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, listen, like he's gonna get his shot, and if it doesn't work out, no one's gonna remember, Arbeloa, having a thing. They're gonna go out and get somebody else in during the summer. So he's playing with house money, in my opinion. I think if anything, you go and just try what you've been wanting to try and say, hey, like if this was him, if this is these are the reasons that I think Xabi Alonso made these mistakes, try it. I think his biggest mistake is going to be if he doesn't have the balls to actually make a decision, whether it's we think we agree with it or not. Just make a decision.
I don't think he will. I think he's coming in to just please the players and write it out for the season. While Florentino figures out what he's going to do with Vini, if he's going to sell him or not or whatnot. I think he's just coming here literally just to keep the party going and see what he can do. But at the end of the day, I think at this point the season's done for Madrid. I mean, could they maybe fight for La Liga potentially? Will they fight for Copa del Rey? Hopefully. I mean, if they get Barça or Atletico early on, that they might be cooked. The Champions League is cooked. I mean, I think I see them going to maybe like quarterfinals and.
Vini's got to leave in the summer.
Question.
He's leaving. I think he leaves in the summer.
Would Xabi Alonso have been sacked if it was not a World Cup year? If the players are not demanding to be coming in hot so they can start for the World Cup?
It's a good point. I mean,
I think that has a factor. It is a factor. I don't think it's obviously the reason, obviously, but it's a factor. I mean, players need playing time. I mean, look at Endrick. He left and played his first game at Lyon because he wants to make the national team.
And look at Brahim, dude. Brahim's a player that we don't ever talk about. We talk so much about Mastantuono, the right wing. Brahim literally goes with Morocco, and he's fucking killing it. And the thing is, like, I loved seeing Brahim play in previous seasons. This season, he barely plays. I don't know why, especially because he's Spanish. You would think Xabi Alonso, he's Spanish. You would think Xabi Alonso would maybe play him a little bit more, especially with the whole like Rodrigo, the way it all started. But I just found it really interesting how he goes to the AFCON and literally scores in every single game. In Morocco, they're literally praising him like he's fucking Moroccan Jesus. And like, why not? Why not bench Vini? And like, why not bench Vini? Put Mbappé. Okay, they're not gonna put Mbappé on the left wing. But anyways, okay, maybe not bench Vini. Bench Jude Bellingham.
Okay, but you also, like you said, you gotta not think emotionally.
Put Mbappé up top. Put Brahim on the right. Bench Jude. Just fucking throw Ceballos in there. Just fucking blow the thing up.
Just try something. That's what I'm saying. Just try something. Try something. But like, we also can't be a prisoner of the moment too. Yes, I think Brahim is playing incredibly at AFCON, and I think that's great for him. And honestly, for his career, I think he needs to leave Madrid because he's never going to get the full respect he deserves. I think it's a great contract. That's the thing. Yeah, but players leave all the time with new contracts.
Dude, I can see him killing it in Betis.
Or whatever, right? He needs to go in that sense. But remember Arda, bro, his first few games were like, oh my God, he's the creator we needed, this and this and that. And then he just kind of,
He's the best midfielder in the world.
To be fair,
especially after he slipped like that, right?
That was crazy. That was crazy. I mean, like
Neymar said it. Neymar said it. He's the best midfielder in the world.
Well, Neymar spends more time on his phone because he's always hurt too. But like, There's nothing more to say than Madrid needs to blow everything up, and you pick your person that you build a team around. You build it around Mbappé, or you build your team around Vini.
It has to
And
be
we all
around
know,
Mbappé.
well, as I say, we all know the answer to that question, and you gotta figure it out because you don't really have the time. The Madrid desperately need a real striker. I don't know who that is and what that means to you guys. They need a real striker. Mbappé needs to play his best position, and they need a creator. Those are my three things that need to happen. Will they happen? Who knows? Will Arbeloa have the balls to bench people? Who knows? But I think it'd be even a biggest mistake for him to just sit there, like you said, and just appease everybody and just play the 4-3-3. Vini on the left, Mbappé in the middle, Rodrigo down the right, Camavinga this, da 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 da. Like,
mark my words, that's what's gonna happen.
I know, which is sad, but I think you need to have some personality. I mean, you got the job. Might as well try it out. You know, because from here on out, you're never going to go back to coaching a B team. Once you're the head coach of Madrid, you're going to go coach whoever you want, and at least you can die on the hill. Right? But at least he can go and down the hill if he doesn't become a Madrid coach and he's interviewing with Man U or XYZ Liverpool or whatever.
No, set up on anybody.
I know, but I'm saying like he's going to go and interview with these teams and he can say, listen, it didn't work out at Madrid, but I did what I wanted to do. I didn't let the pressure get to me. I died on, like Hansi Flick, he dies on the sword of playing the high line. Whether you like it or not, he has his idea of playing. He's not just appeasing the crowd. So I think that's what he needs to do. We'll see if he actually has the balls to do it.
So expectations for Madrid for the rest of the season. I mean, do we think they can compete for La Liga?
I mean,
or is it going to be like a 10? Barca's going to end up just getting like a 10-point lead. It's going to end up like finish out early with like 6-7 games left.
I highly doubt that will happen, dude. No. It's Madrid at the end of the day. Like the players,
it'll be close.
Yeah, it'll be close. I don't think it will be like 20 points Barca and then Madrid just loses every single game. I don't think that will happen.
We'll see.
I don't think it'll be that big of a gap. It won't be that big of a. No, I'm just saying it won't be that big of a gap. I can tell you that. It's not going to be a 10-point gap because, again, Barça are not perfect either. They're going to drop points in games that they shouldn't. Right. I think right now, obviously, clear Barça are the favorites, but I don't think it's going to be a 10-point gap.
Do y'all think Xabi Alonso was okay with leaving? If he was genuinely like, I don't think I can do better.
I would be.
I think I would understand if he was and be sick with it because shit, after everything he's gone through, like I said, I would understand it.
Isn't that what was reported, that he wasn't necessarily fired, that he also was like, listen, I'm done.
But that's bullshit. So apparently,
I don't know.
That's what initially was said. Madrid released that it was like a mutual thing, but as the hours have gone by, the more reports are saying that Xabi Alonso did not want to leave. He wanted to stay here and keep fighting, and that it was just against his will. Like he got pushed out. So it makes me think like, is he like, fine, fuck it, like my career at Madrid is done, sure, but I'm sure like internally he's like, man, like I could have done so much more for this team. Like I didn't want to leave yet. I think he had the energy to keep going.
To double down on Ricky's question, do you think some players also had a hand in this? Because I don't think that with the team that you currently have, that Florentino didn't go to Vini and say, hey, what do you actually think? Mbappé, what do you actually think? Jude, what do you actually think? And if you notice, I don't know if it's changed since we've done the pod, there's been a few players that have, done the whole, gracias por todo, thank you,
Mr. That's what I was going to bring up.
Vini is nowhere to be found. Yep. Jude Bellingham is nowhere to be found. Ironically, Mbappé, which this is what I don't really understand.
Mbappé was on the side the whole time.
He was the first one. He was the first one to post, and then everyone else came following. I don't know if Jude is going to do the thing where he does it tomorrow.
I've seen Mbappé. I've seen Rodrigo post. I've seen
Arda Güler, some of the defenders.
Courtois posted.
Courtois was always on Xabi Alonso's side. He's openly said in interviews, listen, he put out the plan and we just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Courtois has been honestly the most straight up player, because most players like Jude, like they asked Jude right before the press conference, like about the heat on Xabi Alonso, and they always say the same thing, like, hey, at the end of the day, that's not my but that's not my job. Like I'm here to perform at the best of my ability. Courtois should have been like, yo, we just didn't listen.
Yeah. Carvajal posted. Gonzalo.
That makes sense.
Posted.
They were teammates. Gonzalo, he got his start because of Xabi Alonso.
Camavinga posted now.
Well, like, listen, Xabi Alonso didn't lose everybody. Like,
No,
there
he
was
didn't lose everyone,
players that
but he
the
lost the
majority.
important ones.
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think any. I mean, y'all all agree. I don't think a single player should have this much role for a coach. That they lose them and it's game over. It should never be that way for a coach.
But unfortunately, that's just the situation that Real Madrid's at, and only time will tell what.
This is our time to bring in the Serbi from Marseille, bro. Bring in the Serbi. If you want someone who's crazy, like we said in the chat, who's gonna scream at players, you might as well be the one. We'll give him 3 months at Madrid.
It couldn't be a VAR Check podcast without me plugging in Marseille or the Serbi. Clip that shit.
If you want a coach to scapegoat and just be like, yo, for 3 months, I just need someone to scream at Vini at the top of his lungs. He might be the one, bro. Just bring in the Serbi.
Hey, give him 6 months. Vinícius will still be backing him up.
Yo, I'm just saying. Pep Guardiola said he's gonna be one of the best coaches in the world. And if you're saying Pep Guardiola doesn't know what he's talking about, then we don't know what we're talking about, right? But I think. Maybe you do. I'm not necessarily the Serbi, but maybe, like we said, we need someone like that who's gonna, kind of put his nuts on the table and say, "Yo, fuck you guys. I'm just do it." Clip that.
Hey, Marseille almost beat PSG in the Super Cup, the French Super Cup.
Didn't they get another red card?
Yeah, I think so, right? But
let's talk about
the penalties, dude. They almost had them.
And they got fucking annihilated, and none of their players can score a fucking PK. Let's just for the Barça boys, I saw your reaction of the in Merengue Culé. Red card, Frenkie de Jong, justified? 100%. Yes, no?
100%.
For sure. Yeah. He went cleat up into his shin. That's a red card.
It was like this far away from his knee.
I also think Asensio should have gone at least a yellow on that.
I agree. At
least the yellow.
I think it was an orange card. He didn't even get a card.
Oh,
he
damn.
didn't get a card.
Yeah.
The one where they stepped on the ankle?
No, the one where
when he cleaned him out.
No, that direct kick. Yeah.
Well, someone else stepped on
Carrera stepped on his ankle, but it was very, very early on into the game.
I still would have given that one a yellow also.
Yeah, and he didn't get a yellow for that one either.
I think a lot of things he kind of let go, and I think that's the ref that gave Jude the red card, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. And I think there was obviously a lot of eyes on the refereeing in Spain.
I thought the refereeing was good.
He was great.
I had no problems with the refereeing. They did everything right.
It's usually that guy though. It's like him and like one other guy who usually ref the El Clásicos.
Yeah, the other one gives y'all penalties for free, so it's different. Yeah.
All right.
Mbappé got a 6 out of 10 rating because he didn't get his penalty. No, fucking just to rate before
the minute 45. That was pretty fucking crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't think any of us saw that coming.
I need to know how to react.
Why did the extra time go up to 53rd minute?
Because every time you score a goal, it's like a minute and a half that gets wasted before the restart. So the first goal happened, they added like a minute and a half, and then Lewandowski scored. That's another minute and a half, and then it was a corner kick. I think he would have ended it before, but it was a corner kick, so he just let it play on, and then boom, goal happened.
For the drama, bro. For the novela, that's why. For the drama. I mean, listen. I also want to give Vini a shout. Obviously, that goal was incredible.
Love the guy.
Goal was incredible. The unfortunate thing is, unlike Barça playing as a team and you guys building things up from the back to the front, I think Madrid just rely too heavily on moments of brilliance, and that's not going to win you a season. That's going to win you a game, and it could have won you a final, right? But unfortunately, you can't just rely on that long term. So he had a great game, but I'm not going to also forget the fact that he's not had a great season. He had a great game. Give him his flowers. He put the team on his back last night or yesterday. Let's see if maybe this will be the launching pad for him the rest of the season. But I agree with Rodrigo. I think Vini has edged himself in history at Madrid, and he's given his all. But I think sometimes you just got to break up.
It's time to move on. Honestly, dude, I didn't realize Vini's been at Madrid for a long freaking time now. Since we were in college, Amir. Literally, I remember sitting at the JPL at the library, and that's when Vini was playing against Ajax, and that's when he hurt his ankle, and that was his first season. When Solari brought him in after we fired Rafa Benitez, no? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Vini has been the most talked about player of this channel, without a doubt. I remember when it was him against Ansu Fati.
Fati. Yep. We literally have videos in the channel of me and Ricky doing soccer challenges, football challenges on the field, and it's like Vini versus Fati. Like whoever wins the challenge gets to have the final decider.
Whatever
And
happened to
somehow-
Fati?
Fati's cooked a long time ago.
And somehow he manages to make me hate him even more year after year.
Do you guys keep Marcus Rashford? I'm curious. Do you guys keep Marcus Rashford after the year, or do you get rid of him?
But depends how much. Depends for how much.
I would keep him I would keep him for another season of loan, but not to pay 30 million. That's a crazy amount.
No,
for him.
30 never.
What about Leo? I don't know what's up with his contract, but
He's leaving.
What's
I
the-
think, at the end of the
He's
season.
kind of like on the Modric trend. We go year by year.
Third.
Transferred.
I do want we're hitting the hour mark, so I'm gonna open it up to the comments for the final segment, the questions from you guys. Like I said, anything is fair game, and we'll go through your questions and answer them. So this is your moment to bring those in. While you guys type those, I'm just gonna throw this up. Are there any changes for anyone?
I mean,
I don't think so,
no,
right?
No.
I think we're just sticking this out.
I think, no. Yeah. Gotta stick it out for at least a couple
sticking it
more Champions League fixtures.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I
bro,
agree.
2026 has been the year of firing managers week after week after week.
Three big
Chelsea,
ones.
Yeah.
United,
yeah,
Madrid.
Yeah.
Who's next? The Serbi, and then he
Barca.
comes to
Okay.
The Serbi. Well, I mean, I'm curious. Actually, while people are typing up the chats, do you think Xabi Alonso finds a club right away, or do you think he takes some time?
I think he's gonna take some
I think
time.
he's going to Jerusalem. after this.
Facts. He just might. I'm curious to see where he's going to end up. I'd love to see him in Italy. I don't think.
I think he's
he'll
gonna go
do-
to Liverpool. Yeah, look,
I
pricey
want him-
Liverpool.
I
just
want him
go.
in
Ooh, I
Liverpool.
could see him at
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
He's
Liverpool. I
gonna
mean,
be
that's
a
He
great
great.
played
coach
there.
for Liverpool.
He played
Well,
there.
I'd like to see him in the. Honestly, dude, that's the thing. I love Xabi Alonso as a manager, and I want to see him do good. Shit, what am I gonna do with the jersey that I have of him this season? I can't even wear that anymore.
Yes, you can. Show
No, I'm
your support.
No, I'm just joking. But I want to see him. I want to see him go to another team. Honestly, the Premier League would be cool because I keep up with the Premier League a lot more than the Italian league. And yeah, Liverpool would be great. So I want to see him go out somewhere else, do good. Maybe Bayern Munich. That could be
In the
another
future.
for him. He also coached there. And I think he's going to do great. And I think Madridistas will, I think we all showed him support, so we're not going to be the ones, getting shut up. But hopefully Vini, Florentino Perez, or someone,
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back to Madrid. Actually, I was just thinking that. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back in like 5 years.
I mean, for it.
I don't know. I feel like that relationship's pretty severed.
Yeah,
Not on their Florentino.
Not as long as any of the people that are here, the Judes, the Vinis are here.
it's a good question.
Maybe later on. But okay, that's a perfect question to kind of finish out with the podcast.
Someone said Spurs. I'm dead. You should go coach Spurs.
That's a really tough
one
question.
because
That's a tough job.
I mean,
Is it tougher than United though?
A Klopp.
Well, United
Klopp
has
wouldn't be
been-
bad.
I'm thinking Klopp because he's been linked with Madrid before.
Yeah, but
I
he don't
just-
want to coach right now.
I
bro.
don't think he wants to coach right now. Yeah,
And people
I
keep
also
saying
don't think
Zidane-
he would be good for you guys.
See, that's not coming back.
Zidane's not coming back. He's waiting
Why
for
would
the
he?
next France job.
Why would he? I don't think Zidane should ever come back.
I wouldn't
He
even
would just taint-
be
he would
excited
just
if Zidane
taint
came
his
again.
record.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think Klopp would be a good coach long term, but one, he doesn't really want to coach right now, and two, if that's the direction you go, and whether it's Klopp or anybody else, and you go with a manager like that, you are definitively saying we are giving you all the power, and these players gotta go. So it's. I don't.
What about
Those-
what about Joachim Low, from the old German coach?
I think he's just, like,
How long has it been since he coached?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
he's
been
a good coach. He's a good coach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
just
think he was
Joachim's
linked
like
with
a-
Madrid like years ago, but I think he's way past like,
Bro, should we give Mourinho a little spell back?
dude. That'd be funny,
I
right?
think y'all want Mourinho, a younger version of him.
Yeah.
yeah.
They
Like,
come
he
there
would
are
be
the
a
lowest.
great
I don't-
coach right now. I think we could all agree that somebody that will just demand his way or the highway.
I've always heard of Gallardo, the one that was coaching. Was it River Plate?
What about
El Turco Mohamed.
Who?
What? I'm dead. What about and maybe this isn't necessarily evident right now, but I think it has something to say with the season he had a couple of years ago when all these players were there and then they all dipped as they usually do. Not just because he has my name, but Michel from Girona, when he remember that one season he had when with all those players that now play for Man City and fucking Milan and all these players, like give him a shout, give him a try. I mean, who else is out there and available? That's the thing.
Setien.
Him and
Sir,
his cows.
Sir Alex Ferguson, bro. Since we're just throwing names out.
What about after the World Cup? What's his name? The France coach.
Ancelotti?
No,
Oh shit!
the France coach is going to leave France. Zidane is going to take over France, and then
There's a lot of French players at Madrid.
and there's a lot of French players. Okay, flip it,
Didier-
bro. Whenever he's the Madrid coach, you heard it
Didier
here first.
Deschamps?
Didier Deschamps, yeah. Didier
And
Deschamps.
wasn't he the one who basically was it him or like the board that didn't let Benzema play? Like, is he one of those like
I think
strict players?
I think he was part of it.
So as I'm saying, do you have a coach like that who's like, no, this is how I want to play? Maybe, I don't know, but I think like we're all in agreement. We need a manager, and the board and the president needs to allow the manager to have power, and that until that happens, or until Vini, like you said, leaves, which who knows if he will this time, because he always said may not he wanted to wait on his renewal to see what was going to happen with Xabi Alonso. Well, now you saw.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to give the kid a try. Nico Paz.
I mean, dude, have you all seen his highlights from this season in Serie A? He's fucking good. I mean, it's a different league, and I'm not saying he's going to come to La Liga and do the things he's doing in Serie A, but I mean, he's got some sick highlights, honestly. Go check him out if you haven't. I mean,
I'm
a creator.
He's a creator, and that's what they need. If he needs sold, who's in his place? Mbappé.
Mbappé, and then we sign a striker, ideally, but
Or just develop Gonzalo.
I think Gonzalo's a great super sub. I don't think
Unfortunately,
I don't think I ever
Madrid,
see him as a starter.
unlike Barça, and this is never going to change because they've never been like this. But Madrid is not patient enough to develop any players. They need to win right now, and I agree. I think Gonzalo's a great player, but he's not.
He's never going to start.
He's never going to be the striker at Madrid.
I mostly agree with you, but funny enough, they developed Vini.
Yeah, but Vini was a bet though. Like, you know, they paid 40 million from him for Brazil. Like that's a full-on bet.
But
like,
Vini also has that something special. Gonzalo doesn't have that same thing.
He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but Gonzalo doesn't have something.
But yeah, you're right.
I think Madrid has more patience with defenders, like from Castilla. But when it comes to the front, the attacking men, either you're a Lamine Yamal type skill level, or
the last person
getting
might have
out.
been Raul.
Raul,
An attacking player.
yeah.
But I think it's going to be hard. Kind of, we're talking about Jude Bellingham. I think it's going to be hard to convince Mbappé. Maybe not initially to be like, all right, your position is available again. If he goes to the left, I'm telling you, he's not going to score the same amount as he does now.
Which
So
is why I
is
feel
he-
he's not going to want to go to the left.
like I'm saying, like I don't know if that's going to be the decision. He's like, actually, I love being here. I don't have to run as much up and down the flanks. I got the pace to get by these guys. I'm scoring 30, 40 goals a season.
Another decision that the future coach has to make: push for Mbappe to go back to the left wing and bring in a proper striker.
But do we think that's his best position now, as he's transitioned to
But
being a
it's not
striker?
his best position. It's what's best for the team.
And
I think
y'all,
that's the
that
best.
will not fly in Madrid. That's the issue.
But do you think Mbappé on the left is what's best for the team?
Yes, with a true striker.
Yeah, with a proper striker that Mbappe can really link up, he may not be scoring as much, but the team will play better, and the team will win.
That's the formula that won the World Cup, that made it to the final this past World Cup. Giroud, and Giroud's he's not a bad player by any means, but he's also not the striker that you first think of whenever you think about building a team around.
Mbappe's just not going to want to let go of all his goals, but he needs to go back to the left wing and have a Giroud. I mean, a Joselu, like someone that can just support him like that.
I think so too.
Anyways.
One to reference.
Jose versus Hansi. Barca's ego, bro. You're killing it today. I haven't seen Aikagad, bro. I feel like I saw him at the very, very beginning, and maybe you had to go, and you'll watch the episode back. But Barça Zico, you definitely have, been active.
Yeah.
Zlatan, a striker.
Respect. Hey, Zlatan's kid just signed for Ajax.
Damn, I didn't know that.
We'll see. Maximilian is his name.
Maximilian.
Yeah. Maximilian Ibrahimovic.
Maxi.
But I'm just saying, this time when the next El Clásico, the next time we see you guys, is gonna be very interesting to see what happens between now and then. Madrid seems to, and for you Texas boys, the Madrid seem to be. I saw someone sent me this. They're the Dallas Cowboys of FIFA, like a 24/7 telenovela, bro. Always.
I mean, telenovela maybe, but at least
I think that's an
wins
unfair
trophies.
comparison.
Dallas Cowboys haven't won.
Well,
trophies.
I'm not talking about in terms of winning. I'm talking about the telenovela.
Yeah.
They're always in the headline for something, good or bad.
It's Madrid, bro. It's Madrid. Shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's Madrid.
Well, respect to Xabi Alonso, bro. Wish you the best. You deserve better. And wherever you go, I hope they give you what you should have gotten at Madrid. We all know he's a great coach, and I would love to see the team that he coaches win the Champions League. Whoever it is, just as a fuck you to everyone who said that he should bounce.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see as things develop. Anyone have any final comments? No, we're good to go. All right. It got heated for a second. I think Lamine Yamal brought the true heat to the episode.
Me and Rodrigo were quiet for like a solid 10 minutes. We were just like, I'll go at it.
But that's what was here, bro. That's why
Hormonal Ricky's back.
But that's why the channel is growing, bro. They're here for the debates, bro. We can't always be in agreement. The fuck?
No, I agree. I agree.
I have no issues with it. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, Amir, where are your controversial comments that we see in the group chat?
In the group chat, yeah.
Has the guy in the middle curse, haunted you a little too much?
A little too much.
Are you afraid to speak out now?
Hey, give him his old name tag back.
Bro,
you gotta put him here again.
Bro, Ricky leaked my chat. Ricky leaked my conversation in the chat. We gotta start doing the same to you.
Dude, sold your shit.
Hey, me too. I was gonna upload it as my screensaver, but
you should talk your shit. Let's go. That's what we're here, right? That's why the people in Barça Zico and all these people are out here commenting left and right because they want to be a part of this and they want to show passion. Let's go. Ricky's always right in my eyes. Okay.
The savior. The savior. Okay. Well, anyways, guys, thank you once again for everyone currently watching. We held a consistent 20-25 viewers throughout the stream. So much love to you guys. If you haven't, make sure you hit the like button. And without further ado, we'll see you in the coming week with whatever future drama unfolds. Let's see how the Álvaro Arbeloa era begins.
Hopefully he won't be like Alvaro Morata and move on.
Morata, let's not even start that. I can't end the pod like that. I hate him so much.
Don't say that name. Say a better name. Come on, everyone.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Joan Garcia and 24 passes versus 24 Bellingham. So we'll end it on that note.
The way we started, the way we'll end it. All right, guys. See you guys later. Peace out.